This segment is on assembling your house and sleigh. What you'll need before you begin is a base already made with its light bulb taped down. You'll need your pieces decorated and dried, and a fresh batch of royal icing. You'll of course want to have things like a jar or lotion or water bottles, whatever you have on hand to help prop up the sides as they're drying. And you'll need to take your fresh batch of royal icing and put it in that pastry or decorating bag and put a large tip on it, or one that has a very large opening. I'll be taking you through footage of 2 different home assemblies from different angles and a sleigh. You will want to begin in the back or on the sides. I'm putting 2 sides together, and of course you just put a layer of frosting on the bottom and then the sides, and then prop it with a jar or a container that will lean up against the side. I'm going around doing the 3rd side. I would mention that looking at that light bulb, if I were to do it again, I would move it up more. I was so concerned about my front yard that I placed it probably too far and too near the back. So when it lights up the walls, I wish it were more centered so it could light up the sides and the front of the house instead of just putting a strong beam in the back. So move it forward about an inch or 2 when you're making your houses. And I'm reinforcing it with putting icing right now inside the home on all the seams and around the edges, and now it looks like it's pretty sturdy. Now you'll begin to go around the outside and put a little strip along the seams of any candy you want. I like to just fill it up with candy to cover up your edges and the seams, and this is where you can be creative. I think I underbaked this batch, so it's not as hard as I had liked or would have hoped, and so it was kind of bending on me. Either I rolled it too thick or I underbaked it. But you can see how I fixed that because I made an electrical tape and pencil prop to help prop it up as it dried right there so it could dry straight. And you'll have to do that sometimes. And then I've got it all set and it's drying up. I've decorated the seams and the edges on the outside, and now you take your extra royal icing, and you'll want to do things that want strength, like in your yard. I like to do my walkways or fences even, and just use what extra you have to start decorating the yard. Here I've started to assemble the second house, the one I kept, and I'm starting with the back. I lay down the sides. Again, I would have moved the light bulb closer to the front. Another side. And my mom, that oval board she had, it really is perfect. I like having an oval versus a circle because it gives you more room to do stuff in the front yard. But you see me going around supporting and doing an edge in the inside seam of the home. And now I'm going around to do the bottom and side seams and decorate those with candy as well. Now I've moved on to making a driveway and decorating my pathway, which I used those cute little fake rocks that are made out of chocolate, put solar lights out of Jolly Ranchers, and made my front yard. Kids coming to inspect it. And then I'm using my frosting to decorate little things in the yard. I've placed a mailbox, figurines, made a little log pile out of Tootsie Rolls, trees that I bought. And lastly, you can go around and start building your fence. You can do your little decorations like the log pile and trees when you lay down your snow. Just because I had the frosting, I started doing it here. It can give a cleaner look when you do it with the snow, but the royal icing, again, is stronger. And as far as the pretzel fence goes, I'm using the little pretzels, but keep in mind, these can break very easily. I broke several during this tutorial just by bumping them. So you can buy those big jumbo ones. They're like 3 or 4 inches high, and those are so strong. So keep Keep in mind, if you know there's going to be little children bumping and touching, then maybe buy the big ones. But the little ones are cute and help show off the yard better because they're not as tall. It's up to you. They even have square pretzel fences too. That's all your imagination. Going around, and then I go back to the first house I was doing and finish up. I'm just using all the frosting I have, take advantage of not having to make another batch. However, if you run out of frosting right here, that's totally okay. And if you don't finish your fence and laying down all your figurines, things you want to decorate, you will still need to make another batch of royal icing. When you do the roof and chimney, that's when you'll make another batch of royal icing, and then you can finish up other things in the yard then. After this, there's not much left. You can see it all come together right here, and all you have left is the roof and chimney and making the final snow icing, which just is the icing on the cake, literally. It is so much fun. And next I will show you how to assemble a sleigh. You'll need to go to the store and find these large candy cane sticks. They also sell this option that looks like a typical candy cane that's plastic and usually filled with candy like M&Ms or Reese's Pieces. I've used those before too, so you could do either. But get these, and then you'll place the bottom of your sleigh on the inside edges of those candy cane sticks. And then you'll proceed to put a line of frosting on the bottom of your sleigh, which you will rest on top of the candy cane. And then put all the other edges around it, and it's a little tricky at times but that's okay because you can just kind of slide it all around until you get it into the shape you need it to be before the frosting dries, and it's really not that hard. You can also reinforce it on the inside edges just like you did the house with a pretty line of frosting, since it will be seen by people. And then this is the fun part. You can go around and decorate all your seams with as much or as little candy as you want. I tend to put a lot for the children. And this is your time to be creative once again. I love doing this. It's my favorite. The nerd's rope along the top edge of the sleighs is a personal favorite. But yeah, basically I cover up every edge you can see with some form of candy. Now I'm taking the little reindeers I baked in step 1 and just putting little antlers with a small tip with my royal icing and placing them upright, balancing a water bottle or water container next to it to hold it up. And there you go, I'm done. Now you can let it rest, and it's so fun to put little treats inside. Give this as a neighbor gift, or put it in an entryway where you have treats to offer people. And all it's lacking is snow icing. Well, I hope it's clear how to assemble a house and sleigh, that you can do it with ease. All we have left, and I'll see you in the next video, is how to make a roof with lights, do your chimney, and make the final snow icing.